President Barack Obama lays out a $75 billion plan to bail out millions of homeowners who are in danger of defaulting on their mortgages. President Obama told a Phoenix audience that foreclosures cost the government as much as $20,000 each. He said his plan would arrest the downward spiral of foreclosure that goes far beyond just a single home in a single neighborhood. The soft housing market fell again last month. Construction of new homes and apartments fell almost 17% in January. Building permits for future construction dropped to a record low, to a rate of just over 500,000 units, a figure that was down by nearly 5%. And joining me now to talk more about the mortgage bailout is Lance Roberts with StreetTalk Advisors. Thanks a lot for being here.
Pleasure.
This plan that the president has come up with, some say it's very narrow and really won't cover a heck of a lot.
Well, first of all, I'd just like to step back one thing. You're talking about the decline in new home building and those type of things. We have 186 million homes that are available. We only got 140 million households. We need to cut back on the new home building because that's part of the problem is inventory. We can't, there's not enough people to buy the inventory that we have available. So prices have to come down to attract buyers. Now, the plan that we're talking about here is going to bring in the ability for people that are in trouble to potentially get themselves out of trouble temporarily. But some of the ramifications of reducing prices of mortgages on homes that are currently existing because the homes are worth less than what they owe has an effect on the broader scale as well. So we have to be it's a very treacherous slope that we're stepping down. We have to be real careful how we go.
It's not really going to help everyone. Let's say someone has their home, which is their homestead, right, but they have rental property. That's not included. That's
not included. We're talking about people's with their primary mortgages. That's what they're focusing on right now, trying to keep people in their homes so they're not out on the street, basically.
And the money would go to the mortgage companies in order for them to, in a sense, stretch out the time of those mortgages in order to lower them?
Two different methodologies here. First of all, the Treasury is going to absorb $200 billion in losses at both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, each, $200 million each. Then they're going to provide programs for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to refinance people, up to 5 million people, in their homes to keep them out of trouble. Then they're going to provide incentives to other mortgage lenders outside of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to help them also refinance people who traditionally cannot be refinanced at this time.
So this isn't really going to be a save-all for all of those who are caught in that foreclosure quandary right now.
Right now, you've got about 27 million homes that are in trouble, and you're going to solve about 9 million homes. So you've still got an excess that are people who are not going to qualify underneath this program.
Is there a solution other than this mortgage bailout?
Well, you know, the solution is time. We have to work through this process. You know, throwing money at the problem. And again, one thing about Obama that I don't like at the moment is the way he's couching this. It's a fear tactic. If we don't do this, things are just going to be horribly worse. And that's not necessarily the case. We're going to work through this problem over time. We've been through housing-related recessions before. We're in one now. We work through it in time. But the problem is that we've got to get, you know, the process started. So I agree with what he's doing. We've got to get something done. But a lot of this is just a function of time.
And time is all we have right now.
Unfortunately,
Lance Roberts with StreetTalk Advisors. Thank you so very much for chiming in.
Appreciate it.